Early promotion and off-cycle raises start on the interview trail, not after you start your job. So let me tell you a story. I thought it was a lot for promotion. I had the most papers in the department. I was elected president of an international society, had the most RVUs, fastest turnaround time, lots of books. I had extended and was pulling up my colleagues and my mentees and the trainees, giving them book opportunities and putting them on papers and nominating them for leadership positions. I was well liked. I got along with people. So when I asked my chair about promotion, I was shocked that she said, no, 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 you're not ready for promotion. You actually haven't done anything that we care about. I was gutted. I have to say, I was gutted. She's like, we don't care about papers, and we don't care about international societies, and we don't care about anything that's on your CV. All we care about is, have you done 2 university appointments? Which I hadn't, because I didn't think it mattered. Now, what happened was I was using the promotion criteria from a previous job and just assuming it was the same here. Huge mistake. Huge, huge, huge mistake. I made a very expensive mistake that delayed me years, maybe millions of dollars. I want to teach you everything that I wish I had known. Are you ready? Okay. So listen, promotion criteria will vary widely between institutions. It's entirely made up. So if you have different people making up different criteria, it's going to look entirely different. Wish I had known that. It makes total sense now. They can also, the promotion criteria can vary widely within the same center. OB/GYN's criteria will look very different from pathology's criteria. Don't make any assumptions. If your husband is in radiology, don't assume his criteria applies to you. It may look nothing like. It's a totally irrelevant. It can vary within the same department at the same institution if you have 2 different chairs. Every chair, their mission is come in and clean up house and change the PNT document, promotion to tenure document. So listen, if you don't know what your criteria is, you will waste 5, 10 years or more overworking towards things that don't even count, wasting thousands of hours on work that won't ever be recognized. It doesn't just add time to your clock, it takes your career back a few years. It's so painful. And then you have to go back in time and do the actual requirements. This is not a small setback. And if your promotion criteria, which for most people it does, it's tied to a significant raise. Some of my clients, for their promotion, they're automatically given a $100,000 raise or more. Every year you're delayed, it's costing you money. It could be millions of dollars. Because your annual raise will be dependent on your base salary. Every year you're at the pre-promotion salary, you're losing money. So we all know it's not just about money. Promotion is often linked to what kind of raise or bonus or office or status or prestige or schedule, influence of the department. So not getting promoted early can cost you and your family money, work-life balance, a very nice office, a very nice schedule, time with your kids. Listen, the more you're on schedule because you're considered junior faculty, the less often you're at home. It can hold your career and family back significantly. So listen in. We're going to tell you what nobody else is talking about. In this episode, I'm going to demystify the entire promotion process. I don't care where you at. It applies to you. Are you ready? Let's get into it. What early promotion actually means, it doesn't mean working harder. It means working way smarter. It means knowing the rules of the game before the game starts. So here's the move most physicians never make, unless you're in my program Next Level Freedom, and then all y'all are making it, right? You guys are setting record. Why my clients have unprecedented raises is because of this. Your early promotion and off-cycle raises start on the interview trail. When you interview for this job, you need to be knowing the promotion criteria at that time. Before you even accept the offer, before the interview day ends, you need to have the promotion criteria. You may even want to have it before you show up on campus. This move sets you apart from every other applicant. I promise no other applicant is doing this. It sets you apart. All of a sudden, the chair's like, this is not a fresh fellow. This is a very sophisticated person. She's serious about her career. She's serious about us. She is not interested in wasting anyone's time. And your chair will lean into your application. She'll notice. Your interviewers will notice. You'll become instantly memorable. You're signaling you are not the average applicant, which means you're signaling you're going to command a higher salary, a better schedule, and opportunities from the jump. This one move gets you prioritized and respected. It gets you paid more, gets you a better schedule. You will be better positioned than people who have been there 5 or 10 years. It is the fast track to promotion. And before you feel bad for the people who've been there 5 or 10 years and don't have this, you can give them all of this. You can send them this podcast. You can tell them to join my program. We'll catch them up. Don't worry about them. Do not let other people's terrible negotiating skills hold you back. Like, listen, when we're not mad at them, they just didn't know better. They weren't listening to this podcast, but you can show them the podcast. All right. So, why the promotion criteria is actually critical is because it's going to tell you everything you need to know. It is a values document. It tells you exactly what they value and what they reward. It tells you whether your values are aligned, if this is going to be a good partnership. And I can't tell you how many physicians don't look and then 5 years like, I'm totally surprised we don't have the same values. I got to leave. You could have saved 5 years of your life by just asking for this one document you could have known. So do this, love, do this, ask for this document, right? So here's an example. If you love writing grants and papers and you look at the promotion criteria and they don't even count grants or papers, all they count is how many RVUs you're making. Walk away from that job. That job is saying, we don't care about research. We don't care about education. We don't care about these things you care about. All we want is you to be an RVU treadmill. You are just an RVU factory. That is not the job for you. Now, on the other hand, if you're like, I love being a clinician, my favorite time of day is with my patients. I don't want to write papers. All I want to do is serve my patients. Then you want that kind of P&T document that all they care about is RVUs, because that means you're going to do very well. There is a want match between you and the university. Every RVU you make is going to be recognized and valued. You see what I'm saying? You want to know before you sign if this is the job for you. And let me tell you, don't trust the people you're interviewing, trust the P&T promotion and tenure document. The people you're interviewing, they want you there. They're going to say, yes, of course, we're going to get you promoted. Of course, of course, of course, we care about all these things we care about. They just want your body there. Okay. Sort of like dating on Tinder. I don't know. I don't do any online dating, but it's sort of like they just want your body. They're not really caring about how well you're going to do. So the P&T document won't lie though. P&T document is like, if you're serious about marrying someone, you need to know the P&T document. If you're serious about joining an organization, you need to see a P&T document. Okay. How you ask for it matters because it can be very off-putting. You could be seen as aggressive, and that is a very sexist word, but medicine is sexist, so I have to use it. How you ask matters. And this is how you do it. I actually give scripts to my clients, and you make the script for each individual and where they're going. So it would sound like this. I am so interested in this job. This job sounds like a dream job to me. I want to make sure that I'm not wasting your time and that I'm setting myself up for success from the very beginning so I can be an extension of your leadership, your mission, where this organization is. What would really help me is, could I see the promotion criteria? So from the very beginning, I am helping the university. What do you think about that? That's impressive. That's sophisticated. That's irresistible. Yes. And this is how we taught you to teach. This is how we teach you how to coach your boss from the very beginning to get what you need to do well. So you and your boss are both happy. Okay. So what happens if they're like, no, we can't give it to you. You're not our employee. You can't see it. It's not allowed. That happens. It's a red flag. Leave immediately. Go to another job. Seriously. That is such a red flag. What is so freaking important about this P document? If they're that secretive, there's something bad they're hiding. You don't want to find out what it is. Just immediately delete everyone you know there and go find another job. Seriously. Secrecy over something this basic tells you that there's a cover up there. And when you get there, it will be no different. They'll have lots of secrecy. There'll be lots of cover ups. They will do you dirty. Right, next, they don't have one. This is not a problem. This, I think, is a great advantage. Many people get so freaked out. Not everyone has a P&T document. It is not the be-all, end-all. You can still help yourself. You can say, hey, listen, what would you tell me about what you're looking for? It's the same strategy, same script. Yes, I hear you don't have one. Not everyone does. I get it. I am so interested in doing well and impressing you and making you proud of me. What are you looking for? What does a successful applicant need to do? Of the faculty who are thriving the best, what are they doing? Very, very helpful. You will look iconic for asking. It is not a problem if they don't have it. When my clients tell me they didn't have it, I'm like, oh, good. We can just make this up. That means you can go up for early promotion as soon as you want because there's nothing written down. Awesome. Okay. What if you love something that they don't count? Couple ways to go about this. If you love something that they don't count, my suggestion is to figure out how to count it. That is, you coach them into counting it. So if you love it, it lights you up, definitely do it. And then you make it count. I did this so many times. So, for example, at one of my institutions, mentoring med students didn't count at all. And I loved it. I just absolutely loved it. So, I built out this amazing student mentorship program. It was like the highlight of the university department. Everybody loved it. We all loved it. And if you looked at the PN promotion tenure document, there was nothing about med student lectures. The hospital leadership didn't care at all, but they did care about leadership. So what I did is I pivoted all my experience about the med school mentorship into an example of my leadership across the country and at the university. They loved it. They loved it, loved it, loved it. Same work, different outcome, it all counts. And we help you with this inside the program. Second, if your chair is the obstacle, if your chair is like, don't do it, we don't want you to spend any time with med students, horrible. This is not a problem. All you have to do is coach them, figure out why are they saying this and help show them the value that it's creating. If this is a conversation, not a verdict, it is an opportunity, not a stop sign. So you can walk them to the impact. How I coach my clients is know what your chair cares about and tie to this thing you want to do. That's how you get your chair support. Chairs are not unmovable and they are not gods or goddesses. They just want to have a well-made case. The problem is most women physicians will not make it because they take the no as this wound. This I'm not going to be I'm not recognized. Nobody cares. I'm professionally wounded. And when we're wounded, we can't think for ourselves. So instead of next level freedom, we just say, oh, chair said no. Why? Let's solve for it. Let's figure it out. Not a problem. We're going to get there and your chair is going to be happier for it. Just watch. All right. Third, if it truly doesn't count, if they're like, this absolutely doesn't count. An example is I had a friend who did expert witness work, and the university was like, that's gross. You shouldn't do it. None of that counts. Don't put that on your document. But she loved the work. It was really meaningful for her to represent and take care of patients in this way and to be that balance to make sure that doctors were being careful and with about the sacred practice of medicine. And she loved meeting the lawyers and the families. It was very important to her. So for her, we said, don't abandon what you're doing. Obviously do it, but also spend time getting yourself promoted since that's also a value. So it's just like, let's just make sure we are taking care of all of our needs at once. Do the expert witness, do your promotion stuff. If you're at an institution that fundamentally hates everything you do and you fundamentally hate everything it does, you need a new job. That's all that's happened here. I mean, it's just not worth changing every little thing. You can change it all in one decision by getting a new job. With that. All right, let's go into the situation where you're already in your role and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I could ask for this. Want you to know it's okay. Most people who hear this podcast are going to freak out a little bit. They're like, I didn't even know. And then what I would say here is you need to be a next level freedom at coaching program because we build iconic physician careers with things you've never heard before. And wherever you are today, I want you to know this. Today is a new day. It's fine. You didn't know. You didn't know. How could you have known? You weren't in my program. But now you know. So ask today. And this is what it could sound like. Here's a script for you. I love this job. I want to make sure I'm on track. I want to make sure I have your full support when it's time for promotion. Could you share the promotion criteria with me? I want to move through it and see where I am. I would also say, after you review it, have a date with yourself. Like, where are you? What are your strengths, weaknesses? What do you need to drop from your work schedule? What do you want to add so that you're headed for early promotion? Once you have a sense of that, and don't let that take time. That's like a weekend. Make an appointment with your chair and say, I've reviewed these documents. Here's what I'm thinking. What do you suggest? Do you have any ways to streamline this? This signals several things. It tells them you're very interested in promotion that's prioritized. That's good. You want your chair to know what's important to you so they can help you. Second, the document might be out of date. It gives you an opportunity to talk with your chair about okay, what do I need to focus on? Third, your chair may have opportunities that you could just walk into. They just didn't know you were interested in promotion. And you might think, isn't everyone interested in promotion? No, some people are not. Locums people don't care about promotion. There's some people who just don't care. They just don't. So when you're having these conversations, and I would say, get the promotion criteria, do this self audit, talk to your chair within 30 days, and then check in 90 days. Hey, chair, what do you think? This is what I've been doing. How does this look? The more you communicate this, the faster you get promoted. That's the secret early promotion. Right. As we're talking about this, another reason you need to know the promotion criteria, are you ready? Lean in and tell all your girlfriends. Because unless you have the promotion criteria, you are going to be bullied and pressured into unpaid work you don't want to do and that doesn't count. And this is how it sounds. But this will help you with promotion and tenure. And they're going to attach it to a terrible QA project, a terrible QI project, a terrible epic build out. They'll use it for leverage for hosting faculty grand rounds, doing a book chapter no one's ever going to read. They will waste years of your life, all with the promise it'll help you with promotion and tenure. And if you don't know your promotion criteria, you may think it's a good use of your time, and it's not. Instead, get your promotion tenure document and know what instantly creates opportunities that count and what doesn't, and then you can use it as a filter. So if an opportunity presents itself and you're like, this moves me, you know the promotion criteria, you're like, oh, it moves me forward, I love it, the answer is yes. And if you're like, oh, no, hell no, this doesn't help me and I don't want it, the answer is no. How you say no, you want to be careful. I'll show you about it. But I remember one of the jobs I had, I was writing books, and I had already at that point written several books, and I knew none of them counted. So I was not interested in writing more. And one of the very senior faculty came up to me and he looked down his nose like he had this big, precious thing. He was like, Christina, I've been thinking about you. I just wanted you to know I'm writing a book chapter. I think you'd be great to write this book chapter. It should only take about a year or two, and your name will be everywhere on this book chapter. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, you don't know who I am. And nobody reads book chapters. And why would I waste my time on a book chapter when I have my name on all these books? Of course, I didn't say it. But if I didn't know the promotion criteria doesn't care about book chapters, I might have been tempted to say yes to this terrible opportunity to work with this. I don't want to say horrible person, but he was not a nice person. So I will say horrible person. Right. And that would have come at the opportunity, like that would come at the opportunity of really great opportunities, like staying home with my kids, like spending all Sunday at the pool. I didn't want to spend a day working with this man, this terrible man, on something that would never count. My thought really, as I was building my career, is every moment, if if it's not for me to be with my kids, it better be worth it for me being away from my kids. I use that as a filter. And sometimes, listen, the answer was yes. Sometimes it was like, mommy's going to do this so mommy can make $100,000 more so mommy can send you to college, right? Or mommy's going to do this because mommy really wants to do this. But if it was going to take me away from my kids, it better be for good opportunity. And you're not going to know that unless you have the PNT documents. How to say no without burning a bridge. So of course, those are all my thoughts. This is a terrible man. This is a terrible opportunity. Answers no, but I wasn't going to say it because there's no point in hurting people's feelings. And this guy, I mean, I don't think he knew what was going on, like how he interacted with the world. Medical medicine has a very fragile ecosystem. People are very sensitive, including myself. People have lots of ego, including myself. How you decline matters. What we teach in XL Freedom is relationships are important. They're precious. They're how you make a difficult job easier. It's how you get opportunities. And so we want to be careful of that and cognizant of it. So here's a script for that. This is a fantastic opportunity. I really appreciate that you thought of me. After giving this a lot of thought, I have to honor my existing commitments. I have to see them through. I really can't let my current team down. I have a lot of people depending on me. But thank you. And that closes the loop. If you give something vague, like, I'm not sure I can, let me get back to you, that is not a yes or a no. They're just going to keep hounding you. You're going to get stressed out. Right? If you say something vague and they misinterpret it, and then all of a sudden you start getting emails from the publisher saying you're a year overdue, that's not great either. So we want to be clear about a no without burning a bridge. Here's my advice. Every yes is a trade off. I teach my clients if you're going to say yes to something, something needs to come off your plate. If not, you're going to be working around the clock and really burn out and not seeing your kids. And what the heck of the point is that? So you're going to say yes to something, let it be amazing, let it be something that's going to help your career, you feel really excited about, and then release something else, even if what you're releasing is something you love. Release something else. My philosophy in Next Level Freedom is every year you should be working fewer hours and being paid more dollars. It's through this process of releasing. If you decide, and of course, release the things that you don't love, for sure. That should be first up. But sometimes the things we love at one point of our career become baggage at another point. They have diminishing returns. Letting go of a role is not abandoning it, it's freeing it up for someone else. I can't tell you how many times I released a project that at one point I loved, but then I hated. And giving it away felt like relief. And the person I gave it to was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I don't have any projects. No one gives me anything. I feel no one's mentoring me. I feel just out to dry. Right. So, how you transition out of roles, of course, this matters too. Here's what a script might look like for a program director who wants to transition out of residency program director. This has been a phenomenal role. I'm so proud of the work we've done together. I wanted to give you a heads up that for my next stages of leadership at the university, which I'm entirely committed to, I want to discuss transitioning out of the program director so I can spend more time at a higher level that matches my interests more. Of course, I don't want this to be a surprise. I want to give you a full 12 months notice. I will be here for the transition and making sure this is a good move. How you say no matters, friends. All right. I want to say, okay, you may be at a university that's a fixed timeline, which means no matter how fabulous you are, you're not getting promoted one day before 5 years, full stop, period. I see so many physicians devastated by this. They're like, oh my gosh, none of this matters. All this work, none of it counts. And I coach them on this. Hello, this is the exact opposite. You, my friend, are living everyone's dream. Here's what I mean by it. You are guaranteed promotion. There's no question about it. There's no brown nosing you have to do. There's no projects you have to force yourself to do. It is guaranteed. It's done. And now all you have is freedom to do whatever you want. All of it counts. That is the dream. So most physicians will never have that kind of certainty. It's incredible. Figure out exactly what you, here's the other piece to this, as I want to say, for those of you who are very upset about fixed timelines, I want you to figure out exactly what you wanted from early promotion. What is it? Money, a title, better office, nicer schedule. Here's what I do for my clients all the time. We get it without the promotion. All of it is available now. You just have to know how to ask. And that's exactly what we do in Next Level Freedom. A fixed timeline to promotion is not a sentence, it's a guarantee. Work it. You want to remember institutions will rarely hand you this information for whatever reason. It's because they're not great leaders. I mean, it's just because they're not in the business of transparency. People who are leaders are generally protected by your bureaucracy. Sometimes they benefit from no one knowing, but usually it's just because they're just not like that great of leaders. So you have to be asking, you have to be proactive. The people who ask are the ones that get promoted early. Ask on your interview. Build your CV from the day one, the right targets in sight. Early promotion and good pay, best schedules, nice office, it's never an accident. It's not a surprise. We know exactly who's getting it. It's the people who know what is being measured and don't waste their time on activities that don't count. Early promotion will start before you ever clock in. I want to give you some 15, or I'm going to give you a handful. Fast action sprint, things you can do now to be early promoted. Are you ready? Before I do, I need to ask you a favor. Please, wherever you listen to this podcast, rate and review it. It is embarrassing. I've been doing this 5 years. I have 18 reviews. What is going on? It's me. I haven't asked you for. Please, I am begging. Also, share this with all your friends. This will help all of you get early promoted. Millions of dollars, all of you wealthy and retiring early together. It's the best. All right, let's do the fast action sprints. Are you ready? All right, let's do it. Ask what the average time for promotion is. It'll give you an idea of how long this takes. Next, ask if off-cycle merit raises exist and what triggers them. Oftentimes it's a secret. You just have to ask. It could be worth millions of dollars. Next, identify someone in your department who just was promoted. Have a coffee with them. Take them out to lunch. They are a living, breathing map of what to do and what not to do. They are so valuable. Next, map out your CV against a criteria today. What do you already have? Celebrate that. Put that a check. You're done. What are you close on? What are you missing? This becomes your promotion plan. Then set a 30-day plan. Then immediately set a plan with your chair. Make sure you're both on the same plan. You want to make sure you have your chair's input. Your chair knows that this is a priority. They might have opportunities for you. And then meet with them regularly about it. Meeting at the end review is not enough. That's once a year. Meet with them regularly, maybe every 6 months, just have a brief check-in. Next, read the institution's strategic plan. Institutions promote people who advance their stated priorities, know what they are. Next, do a promotion self-audit every 6 months. Don't wait for your annual review. That's too late. Every 6 months, pull out the criteria, look at your CV, and make sure you're on track. Next, negotiate, or what I want to say is have a at least yearly promotion check-in with the people who are in charge of this. So what's so interesting is sometimes the chair is not the person who knows what's going on. I think it's worthwhile to meet with the chair, but also someone who's the head of the P&T committee. They'll actually know the head of the promotion tenure committee. This is not standard, but a next level freedom it is, and that's why our people get promoted fast. If you want, identify what you want. If the promotion criteria is you have to be on high profile committees and you want it, ask for it. These spots often go to first come, first serve. So just start asking. That you might get it right away, or they might say, we have to go. It might not be ready for you right then. May have been promised to somebody else, but they know you're interested, so you'll go high on the list. Oh, mama, you've got to do this. I know none of you are doing it. Lean into this. You need to keep your CV up to date as you go. It is a nightmare to try to remember all this, put this together. And if you don't do it as you go, what will happen is you'll do all this fabulous work. You'll forget about it and it won't end up on your CV and you'll totally lose credit for it. I have seen so many physicians spend years developing programs that they entirely forget about it and it never ends up on their P&T document and they work years and years and years extra. Do not lose credit for this. So how my system for this was as things came in, emails, invited lectureships, or got a compliment for this or a prize for that, I would make note of it, or I would put it on, let's say, like an electronic document. Let's put it on a Word document, put it there. And at the end of the week, I would go in and update my CV every week. Every like Sunday morning before my kids got up, I would update my CV. I kept it up to date. So my thought about it is I'm going to get credit for every single thing I do. I'm getting credit. Today with AI, it's so much easier. You could literally voice memo into Claude AI. Say, Claude AI, copy paste what you got on email, add this to my CV. Next, know what the promotion perks are ahead of time. So when you get promoted, what you're going to get? A 100K raise, your schedule RVUs go down by 25%. You get a parking pass. You don't have to do call anymore. Seriously, find out what the perks are and start scheduling because that'll keep your brain incentivized to move forward. All right, journal prompts. Prompt number 1, look at the promotion criteria. What activities can you stop today that you do not like that don't count? Stop them today. What activities do you want to start doing now that do count, that you do need, that are missing from your application? Prompt 2, do the math. When you get promoted, what are the impact for your family's finances? Know that ahead of time. It'll help you stay on track when you see, oh, I'm going to make $1 million more as soon as I'm promoted over the next 5 years. Oh, wonderful. Let's prioritize that. Number 3, what is one conversation that you've been avoiding or you haven't had yet that's directly tied to your promotion? Your chair, the head of P&T, your mentor, your director, HR, yourself. Schedule that meeting now for the next 30 days. Prompt 4, if your promotion is fixed, it's guaranteed, let's go ahead and decide how you want to spend your time. What would you love doing or not doing? If you really, really wanted early promotion, what was that thing you wanted? Let's go get it now. You don't have to wait for promotion. It's just a conversation. You just coach your boss into that. Prompt 5, what exactly? Oh, all right, that was prompt 5 actually. Is what do you want from early promotion? Let's go get it right now. In summary, promotion criteria are the promotion criteria document. It is a values document. It gives you priceless insight into what your institution values, who they value, who they're going to prioritize, what to spend your time on, what's going to waste your time. It's so precious. Physicians who treat the document, who get the document and treat it as a values document, they're going to make more money. They're going to lead faster. They're going to be promoted earlier. They're going to do fewer hours while doing it. And they're going to get along better with people. So worth your while. Early promotion means financial gains, a rise in status, influence, and opportunities. It means more time with your family. Here's the example. If you're getting paid more, you don't have to pick up moonlighting shifts in the ER. That means more time with your family. You take better trips. Your kids go to better schools. The physicians who get promoted early are not the ones who know are the physicians who get promoted early are the ones who are asking about this on day one, not the ones waiting for the promotion documents to be put on their lap, the waiting for the chair to walk up and say you're ready for promotion. By the way, there's no shame on that. Like that was me. You want to get promoted early, ask on the interview tarot. And if you're ready for early promotion and off cycle raise, which of course you are, join Next Level Freedom today. We are the only women physician coaching community dedicated exclusively to getting you paid and promoted and having your raises early. You can join us as soon as this week. All you have to do is book a free sales call. And I want to ask a favor, please forward this to every woman physician you know and like. Not just send them to all the ones you know. I mean, we do want all the women physicians to get promoted, right? Yes. Send it to the male ones too. Your husband probably wants to get promoted early. And then for the love of sweet baby Jesus, for the love of sweet baby Jesus, go rate and review this podcast. Help this podcast reach more viewers, listeners like you. It also helps me figure out what you love. I cannot wait to see you next time. Bye, everybody.